Good morning, first grade. So, we have a couple things to do today. The first thing for you to do is to put a poem in your morning lesson book. Now, often our poem relates to the story or the drawing that we did just before. However, our poem today is one that you may recognize if you have been listening to our opening and doing our opening every morning. And it's actually a song. So let me sing you the song, and as you write the poem, you may recognize it from the song. In leaf and stem, water, earth in the root, air in the blossom, fire in the fruit, fairies of the water, fire, air, and earth, ceaselessly work that a plant may have birth. So, as you are writing that poem, I want you to think about all the different elements that you hear there in the poem and what they are doing with the plant. How are they helping the plant? Where in the plant are they? So that's something you can think about as you write it. Now it's rather a long poem, so it may take you 2 days, and that's just fine. When your hand gets tired, rather than having your writing get sloppy, better to take a break and come back to it tomorrow when you're fresh. Now I have a special instruction for our nature journals today. I want you to listen, watch, keep your eye out for some animals. Partly, keep your eye out for some of the animals we heard about in our Peter Rabbit story. We heard about rabbits and crows and raccoons, and I noticed that I was calling him Jimmy Crow yesterday. His name was Blacky Crow. Of course, he's a black crow. So, silly mislink. But we heard many different animals in that story. A fox, a muskrat, all kinds of creatures. So, I want you to see if you can see one of those animals. Now, often they're quite shy. In fact, unless you have very comfortable rabbits, you will barely ever see a rabbit unless you catch them right at the right time. And I think maybe I've only ever seen the end of a muskrat's tail as it disappeared into the water. They're so shy. So, you can write about if you have seen one of these animals in the past, or if you have any that live near your home, or if you just haven't seen any of those animals, you may write about an animal you do see. I know several of you have told me about the birds you've been watching. There are very many beautiful birds coming here now that the weather's warm. And perhaps you have seen a snake, a turtle, a beaver, who knows? So I'd like you to write a sentence about some kind of animal or bird or creature that you have seen. And what did you notice about it? What was it doing? What was it eating? What was it doing out in nature? Must have been quite busy going about his business. So, what did you see? Now, I want us to do our word memory check together today. So, I'll wait a moment, or you can pause the video while you get yourself your graphite pencil and some scratch paper. And one or two of you I might have done this with already, so you can just skip through this part. But if you haven't, I'll read the words and you can do the check. And then we'll see if they're ready to move into your morning lesson book. And if they're not, I would like you to rewrite them several times correctly so that they can move through your hand up into your memory and that you'll be ready to put them in your book. So, are you ready? If you're not, pause the video here and go grab some pencil and paper. But if you are ready, I'm ready. Our first word is went. Went. Like, I went to the park. Or I went on a walk. All done writing? The next word is do. And one way to use that was to say, do you have a pencil I can borrow, please? Do. The next word is up. Like, I saw a bird up in the sky. Up. The next word is put. And you might use that to say, I put my lemonade on the counter. Or, put some toothpaste on my toothbrush, please. Put. The very last one is you. No, it's not the letter U. You silly gooses. You as in you yourself. As in, I want you to write the word you. So let's check and see how our words went. How is our memory? Went, W-E-N-T. Give yourself a check mark if you got it. If you didn't, then put a star next to it or some kind of symbol to show you should practice it a couple more times before it goes into your morning lesson book. Here's do, D-O. Here's up. Did you put U-P? Because that would be correct. Next was put. This is a tough one. This is a red word. It's spelled just like but with a different sound, put. That's why it's red. And then here it is, Y-O-U. I want you to practice your memory words. Well, I hope that went well and that you are ready to put them into your book. And if your memory didn't hold on to those so well, take some time and practice writing them out a couple different times. Now, the very last thing I want to mention today is our baking activity. Now today, I don't have a recipe for regular baking, the kind of baking that you eat. I have a recipe for salt dough, which is like a dough that you put lots and lots of salt in. And then when you bake it, it gets very hard. And you can make ornaments or decorations. And once it's baked, you can paint on it. Don't forget to put a hole before you bake it if it's something that you want to hang up. Now, somebody, Miss Marlowe, made a special birthday gift for me, some ice cream cones. And here, they're delicious. You can see that she made them with the dough, and then she painted them and used a beautiful glitter paint. So that is a fun thing you can do if you have the time this week. And if it dries in time and you paint it, you can include it on Thursday with your buddy crowns and a card if you had time to make them a card. So I hope you have lots of fun trying out that recipe if you have the ingredients. If you have them to spare, you might need all of your flour and salt for making eating bread. You never know. Well, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.